Thanks for joining us for Arc Salt Lake. I'm Heidi Hatch. It is Friday, November 21st. Tonight, we're taking a look at the growth of Salt Lake City, from apartment rentals to new housing developments. We want to start, though, with Utah Transit Authority as the agency works to transform areas all around their stations. But at what cost? One of those areas is by the North Temple Frontrunner Station. Brian Will went there today and shows us what this means for people and how much it'll cost you, the taxpayer.
John Edwards takes this train daily.
Gets me everywhere pretty fast. It's cheap, and it's better than having to pay a $500 car payment every month.
He's one of the more than 40 million riders that hopped on last year. UTA's master plan calls for transforming stations like North Temple with new housing and mixed-use developments. Initial plans call for more than 500 multifamily housing units, 5,000 square feet of retail, new streets, and more parking stalls.
These transit-oriented communities are going to be a big part of the future.
Now, UTA is looking at developing the area around North Temple. What would you like to see there? What do you think of maybe multifamily housing going in around there?
I think the apartments next to closest tracks are good because then it's an easy commute. We can down greenhouse gases. I think it'd be a great thing, actually.
As for who pays for the 7 acres of development planned to go around this station,
the land is already owned by UTA, so as far as the cost to the taxpayer, there is none. There was at one point when we purchased land years ago, but we already own the land. So then the developers themselves would pay for the development.
UTA first needs to secure a developer, something Gavin Gustafson at UTA says they are currently working on.
The goal is for this to be part of that growing downtown, providing opportunities for employment, living, shopping, recreation, all within a relatively small area that everybody can walk to and then has easy access to transit.
A surplus of apartments in Salt Lake City have led to managers offering incentives to new tenants. But the question now, how long will these deals last and what happens after they end? Leslie Duarte went looking for those answers today.
I'm renting a one-bedroom apartment and it's $14.50 a month.
What was the incentive that they offered you?
1 month off.
Shantae Brown just re-signed her renter's lease, but says locking that deal wasn't easy.
It's getting close to like $2,000 down here for a one bedroom. For a single person living alone, I think it's crazy.
Just walking around downtown in Salt Lake City, you may have seen these signs offering incentives to move in. This is something that we're seeing across apartment complexes in downtown. But what does this mean? What are you seeing happening right now?
Well, we're seeing a temporary oversupply in Salt Lake City that is leading to the need for apartments to offer 2 to 3 months worth of free rent to rent those apartments.
Paul Smith with Renters Housing Association of Utah says this won't last.
I would recommend sign the longest lease you can because we might see rents start to go back up in the next year or two.
He says Utah needs to get ahead of the problem.
Utah needs to build, build, build. If we don't, we're going to get behind, prices are going to go up, and it's going to be hard to catch back up.
Utah's Housing Coalition says this current market shows a deeper issue.
Market rate rents right now are not what the community needs. People can't afford those price tags.
She says before you sign a move-in deal,
making sure that you know that that is a one-time thing. They're not going to promise to do that year after year. And so ensuring that with or without that, you can afford it.
For Brown, after her incentives end,
I can get a roommate and go into like a 2-bedroom lease with someone, or I would have to move in with a family member.
Here's a current breakdown of rent prices in Salt Lake City from Rentler, depending on the location and size of the property. The average rent is about $1,300 a month. A 1-bedroom apartment goes for about $1,200 a month. If you're looking for a 2-bedroom, expect that cost to be close to $1,525 each and every month. Now, UDOT is making some progress on its goal to convert Bangor Highway into a freeway. They just finished up converting 4 more interchanges from Bluffville to West Valley. It includes 47th South, 98th South, 134 South, and 2700 West. They also opened a new pedestrian bridge to help people cross the street. A lot has been happening. UDOT now has removed 14 traffic lights from Bangor, with more to come, they say, in the future.
We currently have funding to continue northward from 4100 South up to Parkway Boulevard, and then after that to continue all the way to California Avenue to remove all stoplights from Bangor Highway.
UDOT says this change will improve safety and save drivers who use Bangor about 8 minutes every day. UTA is getting ready to bring back its ski bus service. They're also making timing changes to select on bus routes. The changes start on Sunday. They're designed to accommodate road construction and improve efficiency. You can see if your bus route is impacted by this going to rideuta.com. A UTA ski bus service starts in late November and continues through mid-April. Ski buses provide rides to most of the major resorts in Salt Lake, Weber, and Utah counties. Right now, we want to talk a little weather. Meteorologist Sean Kelly here with that First Alert Friday forecast.
That's right, and I'm still searching for some snow, but again, here, at least in the next 7 days, no snow in the forecast, but pretty comfortable temperatures. You can look at those highs that we saw today into the 50s across the state. 58 in St. George, 52 in Moab, 52 for a high in Salt Lake City. So that's actually above normal by about 4 degrees. So it was unseasonably warm. Now it's nice and chilly here this evening. You definitely need that winter jacket if you're going to be out and about outside. We're into the lower 40s right now with those temperatures as we head through the overnight and into tomorrow morning, getting down into the low and middle 30s across the area. Again, I mentioned I'm searching for some snow here. We are lacking across the northern part of the state. This was kind of reversed this time last year. You can just see an abundance of snow, well above normal here for our snowpack for southern Utah, but we've got to make up some ground here across the northern part of the state. So coming up, I'm searching for some snow. I'll talk about when we could potentially finally see it. We're also talking about a weekend storm for southeastern Utah, but generally some calm and nice weather in the days ahead. We'll talk about how long that lasts coming up in the next few minutes.
All right, Sean, thank you. As we head into the weekend, you can download the 2 News weather app, get live radar and weather alerts right on your phone. The app is free to download. Well, several resorts have been forced to delay their opening, Snow Basin being the very latest. They'd planned to open next weekend, but there's just not enough snow and conditions are not good enough for snowmaking. We spoke to Snow Basin General Manager Davey Ratchford about developments at the resort and when they could open for the season.
It's really about temperatures right now, and if in our case, if we have the right temperatures, we can be ready in a week. Like we can go from nothing to something in a week if we have the right temperatures. That's pretty impressive. That's what the type of system that doesn't have to even be natural snow, right? Like that's just temperatures. And so yeah, we do need a little bit of help. We have not had that. I mean, my objective right now is to open as quickly as possible. And Snow Basin has a unique, ability there is whether it's a Tuesday, we'll open on a Tuesday. We don't hold anything back. We will absolutely push for every second we can get. So as of right now, yeah, we had a schedule. We always put a date out there and we hope for that date. In the case of Snow Basin, we've opened early in the last 7 years. We've opened, we've opened right on time in the last several years, and we opened a little bit delayed. We're right in the average right now. It's coming. I can promise you I'm more excited to show off the mountain this year than I've ever been and get it open as quickly as I can. So everybody that, if there's anything you can do to get the cold temperatures going our way, we will have a product ready for you as soon as possible. What we're really focused on is making sure that the experience as it exists right now, the skier visits that we have now coming over, that we right-size the ship to be able to serve that guest as best we can. We've had years of great growth. The ski industry has had years of great growth. And so we're investing in the product right now to what they need. Now, long-term, of whether it's the Olympics or after the Olympics that the family wants to see, where Snow Basin goes, that's for them to kind of discover along the way. But for right now, my job is to keep delivering on the best possible experience I possibly can. And what's nice about our experience is we're one of the few resorts in the world where you can still use the Olympic assets from 2002 today. And so our job, we maintain those very well, and we'll keep investing and improving on them like we have since 2002. And so I would imagine that, people that come to visit us, pre and post Olympics, they're going to see a very familiar Snow Basin, but with enhancements that really improve the guest experience. The level of those, we're still working on what those might be, but there's exciting times in front of us.
Up here on Arc Salt Lake, we'll tell you the one Utah resort that is officially open. We'll show you how people at Bryan Head are enjoying the first powder of the season. Welcome back. Bryan Head Resort is now the first ski resort open for the season, having the highest elevation of any resort in the state. There's a lot of snow powdering the slopes there. 2 News' Samantha Hoffman went there today and shows us all the excitement for the start of ski season.
I've been here a few hours and there's been a consistent line of people ready to hit the slopes. Being the only resort open, Bryan Head said they have larger crowds than last year, which brings more business to the area.
It's so sick. The snow is great. Lots of snow up here. Oh, I'm so high. It's way better than I thought it was going to be.
People from around the state lined up at 7 a.m. to kick off the season.
It took like an hour to get our season passes in there. It was worth it though.
Marketing manager Amber Palmer says the resort gets more visitors each year.
I think it's one of the only places you can ski with Red Rock in the background and these beautiful views, and it's just a different experience.
Palmer says they attract a lot of people from Las Vegas to Southern California.
It's really fun to be the one ski resort down here to kind of open up that door and get people excited.
The crowds have also driven business to open in Bryan Head, including a 9,000-foot mall expansion that opens tomorrow. It includes a restaurant, ski shop, and condos.
We bring a lot to Bryan Head. We're growing really quickly. I think more businesses are coming to Bryan Head. I think it's really great because it's pretty sleepy and quiet town right now, but we're growing.
The resort has a 20-year expansion plan and is working with the National Forest to add more runs and lifts.
Everyone's really, really excited, and it's fun to talk with everybody and kick off their season together with us.
So far, Bryan Head has 1 groomed run and 4 off-piste runs available. More will open as the winter brings more snow. In Bryan Head, Samantha Hoffman, KUTV 2 News.
Here in northern Utah, many ski resorts have delayed their opening days due to a lack of snow. So far, it's been a warm weather season. The folks at Ski Utah say they're not worried about the situation. They say it's only a matter of time before the snow starts falling. It always does, and people are able to hit the slopes at all of their favorite resorts.
I think we forget that ski resorts traditionally didn't really start to open until about Thanksgiving, up until pretty recently here in Utah. So any time that we get before Thanksgiving is really just like a bonus.
While we wait for the snow, Ski Utah says everyone should check their gear, make sure it's still safe and ready to use. It's also a great idea to familiarize yourself with the different parking policies for each resort. Some of them have changed. A lot has changed with skiing and parking in the last couple of years. Right now we're heading into the weekend, and the question is, will it be another dry one? We want to check in with meteorologist Sean Kelly, keeping an eye to the sky for us.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? A delayed ski season just means a longer golf season as we continue with this nice weather. But yeah, it sure has been a long stretch here, top 10 of the lack of snow. I mean, we're number 8 right now, consecutive days without any snow from last year, and we're way behind schedule. The average snowfall here in Salt Lake City in the valleys, November 8th. Last year, November 12th is when we saw our first snow, and again, the next 7 days we're not forecasting any snow. But just beyond the 7-day forecast, eyes are on the November 29th through December 1st time frame. Models are coming to better agreement. The Climate Prediction Center is also on board for some Arctic air also in the middle part of the country here into the northern plains, and perhaps some pretty chilly temperatures here across the Rocky Mountains as we get into that weekend and early week as well, and above normal precipitation. These two combined and all the models kind of sniffing out a storm right around that time frame is making me more and more optimistic by the days. So if we continue to see this trend here in the days ahead, I think we could all get excited for it. In the meantime, though, we're stuck with the nice weather. Get outside and enjoy it, because in a few weeks it won't be like this. So enjoy the sunshine and the mild weather. We're into the 40s right now. It is chilly. You need that winter jacket, especially up in Heber at 36 degrees. 38 in Panguitch, 48 in Page. No rain out there. We've been dealing with a few showers just south of Washington County. That won't be an issue here through the overnight. We're going to be dealing with cloudier skies, though, for the southern half of the state tomorrow afternoon. Plenty of sunshine here across the northern part of the state. And then we've got this system that'll be way down to the south, but we'll be on the northern periphery of it Saturday night into Sunday morning. Southeastern Utah kind of on the bullseye for the better chance for some showers, especially across the Four Corners. That will continue to Sunday evening, and then the rest of us will stay dry through much of the weekend here. So kind of a week fast-moving system for southern Utah. Then we start off the holiday week dry into Monday with the cold front, maybe giving us a few showers up towards the north. It's a low 10% chance. Wednesday, big travel day, looking great as well. And then for Thanksgiving Day, no rain in the forecast. We'll be dealing with maybe a little bit of mostly cloudy skies. And then here is that beyond the 7-day. So next Saturday into Thanksgiving weekend is what some of the models are showing. So be patient, hang in there. Some models are starting to sniff out the possibility here for more active, colder, snowier weather. So that'll be kind of right where we want it to be for the start of December. We're into the 30s and 20s across the state overnight. Highs tomorrow into the 50s here. Sunshine up into the north, cloudier skies down towards the south. The Utah game tomorrow looking great as well. And again, a look at that Thanksgiving forecast here, looking pretty good into the 50s, mostly cloudy skies. St. George, you have temperatures here in the 60s, but pretty nice into next week as well. A lot quieter than what we dealt with this week across the Wasatch Front. Look how much colder it is next week, into the 40s. And then again, we'll be watching for that storm by next weekend.
All right, thank you. Coming up here in Arc Salt Lake, the Utah Mammoth are back at the Delta Center tomorrow night. What the team is doing to help fund cancer research. Trending now, a timeless piece of history from the Titanic disaster available now for purchase. The gold pocket watch worn by Macy's co-owner Isidore Straus when the legendary ship sank is now being auctioned off this weekend. Straus and his wife Ida were among the passengers who died in this disaster. The watch was given to their son and then passed down through several generations before now being put up for sale. It is expected to get an asking price of more than $1 million. This vintage high-grade copy of a forgotten Superman comic book set a record at auction on Thursday. Superman #1 from 1939 was sold for a little over $9 million by Heritage Auctions. The auction house says the comic book was found last year by three brothers cleaning out their attic at their mother's home in California. It was protected by a stack of old newspapers, so it was in great condition. It got a 9 on a 10-point comic grading scale. This is now the most expensive comic book sold at auction. It was originally purchased, though, for 10 cents. Happening tonight, the Utah Jazz back at home again, hosting the defending NBA champions. The Jazz are taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight at the Delta Center. Tip-off set for 8 o'clock. It's a late start. You can watch the game on the home of the Jazz, KJazz Channel 14. Pre-game coverage begins right after Arc Salt Lake at 7:30. And happening tomorrow, the Utah Mammoth will face off against the New York Rangers. Tomorrow night's game inside the Delta Center, not just about getting a win, but also fighting cancer. The Mammoth have teamed up with the Huntsman Cancer Institute. They're going to host the annual Hockey Fights Cancer Night. This NHL initiative is supported by all 32 teams. It's raised over $44 million for cancer research. At the game, a special Mammoth sweater will be sold at auction, with all the proceeds benefiting the Huntsman Cancer Foundation. Well, this holiday season, families in our community are facing hunger, and KUTV 2 News is partnering up with Feeding America for Sinclair Cares. Fill the food banks. All you do is scan the QR code to go and give. Every dollar donated provides up to 10 meals. You can help families have what they need to celebrate the holiday.
The 2 News Salvation Army Angel Tree, presented by Cypress Credit Union and sponsored by Smith's, Whipple Service Champions, Utah Ford Stores, Balance of Nature, and Summit Sotheby's International Realty.
The 33rd annual KUTV Salvation Army Angel Tree is now underway, making sure kids and seniors have presents to open up over the holidays. You can go to any Cypress Credit Union or a Smith's Marketplace and pull an angel card from one of those angel trees. Shop for your angel, return new unwrapped gifts by December 12th. If you can't shop, you can donate. Just scan the QR code on your screen and we will do that shopping for you. One of our favorite traditions here at KUTV. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great and safe weekend. Remember to flip on over and watch KJazz Channel 14 with the game started underway in about 5 minutes.